Hey YouTube, welcome to another day of VEDA. Today I'm gonna share another one of my many interests that I'm totally obsessed with, and that's the US presidents. I've always been a history buff. In high school, I was the captain of the history section on my quiz bowl team. And for some reason, the American presidents have always just captivated me. And so it was at an early age that I just learned all of them. I just memorized the presidents. And I memorized lots and lots of facts about them. In fact, it's my dream one day to have an educational series on YouTube about the presidents. It's just that a lot of work would have to go into it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do this vlog where from memory alone, I'm gonna go through all 44 presidents in order, tell you their names, and one quick fact about them. Now, I can't promise the facts will be interesting or unique, but I think I'll be able to get at least one fact out about each president. And I'm gonna have to fact check myself after the fact, so there will just be like a big red X with a buzzer if I'm wrong, and like a green check mark with a ding if I'm right. 1. George Washington. He was the first president. Easy. Also, he didn't have any kids. 2. John Adams. John Adams was a lawyer who defended the British soldiers involved in the Boston Massacre. 3. Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson bought the Louisiana Purchase from Napoleon, effectively doubling the United States. 4. James Madison. Madison, wrote the Constitution. 5. James Monroe. Monroe presided over the era of good feelings, where there weren't really political divides among parties and everyone just kind of got along. It was cool. 6. John Quincy Adams. JQA is the only president to actually serve in Congress after being president. 7. Andrew Jackson. Jackson once beat down a would-be assassin. A guy drew a pistol and it misfired, drew another pistol and it misfired, and Jackson took his cane and just beat the crap out of this guy. He was also super racist. 8. Martin Van Buren. His nickname was the Little Magician. 9. William Henry Harrison. Easy, died after 30 days in office. 10. John Tyler, first vice president to succeed to the presidency after the death of a president. 11. James K. Polk, subject of a They Might Be Giants song, full of facts about him, but I'll just give you one. He almost had wars going on with Mexico and Britain at the same time. Thanks, James. 12. Zachary Taylor, died in office maybe from eating berries or from DC sewage system, I don't know. 13. Millard Fillmore. Besides having a name that sounds vaguely like a duck, I think he's the president who sent ships over to Japan. He opened up communication with Japan, I think. 14. Franklin Pierce.
He was definitely the one I thought was sexiest.
Pierce is kind of a hard one, besides just being a really shitty president because of the whole slavery thing going on. So I guess my fun fact is Chelsea always thought he was the sexiest president. To me, he looks like he would be in an 80s punk band, right? 15. James Buchanan, the only bachelor president. Never got married, some people think he was gay. 16. Abe Lincoln. He kept the country together during a civil war. Kind of a big deal. 17. Andrew Johnson, first president to be impeached, although it failed, I think by 1 vote. 18. Ulysses S. Grant, popular president because he was a popular general, but his administration was corrupt as shit. 19. Rutherford Burchard Hayes. He was elected in 1872 via a corrupt bargain wherein the Democratic House of Representatives agreed to let the Republican Hayes become president in exchange for ending Reconstruction in the South. So his election basically fucked black people in the South. 20. James A. Garfield, assassinated by the anarchist Leon Shogoltz. 21. Chester Alan Arthur, he was from Ohio, I think. 22. Grover Cleveland. Fun fact, his first name wasn't Grover, it was Stephen. It was Stephen Grover Cleveland. 23. Benjamin Harrison, the only president to be a grandson of a former president, William Henry. 24. Grover Cleveland again. Now, I could just go with the obvious. He's the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. But the thing I love about his presidency is the campaign slogan that was going on around it. Turns out he had a kid out of wedlock, so his opponents came up with this song, "Ma, Ma, where's my pa?" But then when he won the White House, his supporters came up with the response, "Gone to the White House, ha ha ha." I just really like that. 25. William McKinley basically started the imperial era America, also assassinated in office. 26. Teddy Roosevelt, probably one of my favorite presidents, passed a lot of progressive stuff, still had his own racial issues, but fun fact, he was a Rough Rider. 27. William Howard Taft. Now, I won't give the apocryphal story about him getting stuck in a bathtub, which may or may not be true, but I will point out that he's the only president to serve as a Supreme Court justice after his presidency. 28. Woodrow Wilson, also known as the Professor, probably the smartest president we've ever had. Founded the League of Nations, also kind of a racist, so that sucks. 29, Warren G. Harding. The G stands for Gamaliel. Also, he died in office, and some people think his wife may have poisoned him or killed him. I don't know if that's true. 30, Silent Cal Coolidge. Big proponent of laissez-faire economic policies, also renowned for being very taciturn. Once at a dinner party, a woman told him that she bet her husband he could make him say 3 words, and his response was, "You lose." 31, Herbert Hoover continued the popular laissez-faire economic policies of Coolidge, and that ended up causing the Great Depression, and everyone hated him. In fact, people were so broke, they would turn out their empty pants pockets, and then those were called Hoover flags. 32, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the only president to serve more than 2 terms. Tons of facts, court packing scheme, New Deal, intern Japanese Americans. 33, Harry S. Truman. I love this fact. The S doesn't stand for anything. His middle name was just the letter S. So you could write Harry S. period Truman or Harry S. no period Truman. Both of them are correct. 34, Dwight D. Eisenhower. He gave us America's highway system. So thank you, Dwight. I really enjoy road trips. 35, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Killed in office, Bay of Pigs, Cuban Missile Crisis. Good looking guy. 36, Lyndon Baines Johnson. This guy was crazy. He would have meetings on the toilet to establish dominance. He would take his dick out as an intimidation technique because it was so big apparently. There's funny phone conversations out there that you can listen to where he's talking about like his junk needing more space in his pants.
Another thing, the crotch down where your nuts hang is always a little too tight.
But also he passed a ton of progressive legislation, which is great, but there was that whole Vietnam thing, and he was kind of a racist. Basically, we can probably just assume that most presidents here and before were racist, so I'll just stop using that as a fact. 37, Richard Milhouse Nixon, huge racist. Huge racist. Only president to resign from office. 38, Gerald Ford, only president from Michigan, whoop whoop, also only president to never get any votes for president or vice president. You see, Spiro Agnew was Richard Nixon's original vice president. He resigned over a controversy. Nixon appointed Ford as vice president, then resigned, and then Ford pardoned Nixon for all of his crimes. So, 39, Jimmy Carter once got attacked by a bunny rabbit in a boat, and there were pictures of it, and everyone basically thought he was a joke. But he's a great guy post-presidency. He eradicated a disease. How cool is that? 40, Ronald Reagan, big time Reagan. Just one fact, only president to get shot and survive the shooting. 41, George Herbert Walker Read My Lips Bush presided over the first Gulf War, which was by all means a huge military success. So good on you, man. 42, Bill Clinton did not have sexual relations with that woman. Also, what's a better one? He played the saxophone. So do I. 43, George Walker Bush. Got us into 2 wars that we're still involved in and drove us into debt after inheriting a huge surplus. So, heck of a job, Bush.
And he's a painter.
Also, he's a painter. He's a sweet, kindly old painter who ruined the country. 44, President Barack Hussein Obama, the first African-American president. Also, pretty cool guy. Also drones. So yeah, that was like lightning round for me. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you had a good time. Hope you're enjoying VEDA. We'll have more videos for you every day this month. So keep watching, subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks guys, be good people. Are you guys enjoying all these videos from the New Practical folks? I'm really loving them. I think everyone's doing a really good job, especially because none of them have ever vlogged before. So you're seeing them at their rawest vlogging forms. I gotta be honest though, I hate having to wait to do my vlog. I miss doing one every day or every other day. It's getting me antsy. I'm like, damn, I have so much to complain about. I want to put it on camera. Heck of a job, Brownie.